What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to chat about this pistol red dot, a very underrated pistol red dot. It's the Sig Romeo X Pro. Yes, it is very, very underrated, and I'm about to tell you why. So, it comes in an open and an enclosed version. Besides that, they're very similar, just one's open, one's enclosed. I have the open emitter one, just so you know. The first thing I really want to stress is this red dot sits extremely low on the pistol. Like when I go to the range with multiple guns, you can see it sits much lower than the average red dot, and I will actually co-witness with most standard height sights. You don't need to get suppressor height sights if you want your sights to co-witness. The big reason it sits so much lower than other guns, it has a patent pending beryllium copper flex arm. So last year, Sig flew a bunch of people out to their facility in Oregon. I was nice enough to be invited and lucky enough to go. And the way they do their windage and elevation is different than other pistols. And this beryllium copper flex arm is one of the reasons it sits so low. One of the reasons it's a little more durable than some of the optics. And I got to give Sig credit. I thought everything was coming from China. All of their optics were. They make an ton of optics in-house. I was shocked. They have a ton of robots. They have a ton of technology, a lot of people, and I was absolutely impressed with the facility of something that I thought was all outsourced from overseas. So it's not. So that was pretty cool. The glass clarity in the dot is extremely clear as well. I hope this comes through on camera, but it's spherical lenses. It's tough for me to say, but all you need to know when you see a spherical lenses, aspherical, whatever, typically that means it's going to be a very, very clear glass. And again, for me, the red dot itself is very clear as well. Now, it is a multi-reticle system, so if you get down on this, you'll have the option to go from a 2 MOA dot. You hold down that down arrow, it will switch to a 32 MOA circle. Push and hold that down arrow again, it will go to a combination, both the 2 MOA dot with the 32 MOA circle. Hold the button again, it goes back to the 2 MOA dot. Now, I only want the 2 MOA dot, but options are good. Options are always a good thing. Before we get into the battery and the controls and the other really important stuff, I want to thank Natchez because they are so cool and they're always having a ton of really good deals for us. They have you covered for all your cool guy outdoor accessories. They have a ton of optics, including the entire line of the Sig X Pro series, both the open and the enclosed, and the black and the FDE, and lots of different options. The link below, if you want to check them out, I appreciate it. Helps me out, helps them out, helps you out because you get a good deal. All right, let's talk about the battery setup. It's a side load battery, so you don't need to take it off when you need to replace the battery, which is great. It's a 1632 battery, so very, very common, easy to get battery. It's going to last at least 20,000 hours. That's if you leave it on constantly, you're going to get at least a 20,000 hour battery life. Now, this does have motion activation, where after 2 minutes, the red dot's going to turn off. The second it senses any motion at all, it kicks right back on. That 20,000 hours does not include any motion activation. So that 20,000 hours is continuously on. Chances are you're not going to be carrying this 24/7. You're going to put it down eventually, and the dot's going to turn off, and your battery is going to last longer than 20,000 hours. But either way, it's a very good battery life with a good common battery. That's a side load, all good stuff. Now the controls, they're on the left side of the gun, which means if you are carrying this, those buttons are up against your body and they're less likely to get pushed. I always like that a little bit better than the other side. Not a huge deal. The buttons are also protected by the body. They're not sticking out. They're recessed in there. So again, less likely to get bumped or anything like that. Obviously, the up turns it brighter. The down makes it the red dot a little more dim. If you hold the up arrow, that's going to turn it on and off. And that's it. Simple as that. And as I said earlier, the down arrow will switch the reticles from the 2 MOA dot to the 32 MOA circle to the combined, however you want to do it. Couple things with the windage and elevation. They are pretty standard. The two things that are different, one, it takes a T6 Torx wrench, not a flathead screwdriver. It is included, but you may want to throw that in your range bag in case you ever need to make adjustments. It's not a standard flathead. It has a total of 80 MOA adjustments for the windage and elevation, and each click is super tactile, but it's a 1.5 MOA adjustment per click instead of a 1. Most red dots are 1. This is 1.5. Now, that doesn't really bother me. I'm not shooting my pistol out hundreds of yards. I don't have the skills for that, even though this gun could probably do it. But it's 1.5 instead of 1. Couple more quick features. Black and FDE body. Now, it is assembled in the U.S. And again, I was very surprised how many optics Sig is making in the U.S. A lot of robots, a lot of people, big factory. I was very, very surprised. The body is aluminum, if I didn't mention that earlier. Here are the dimensions, the weight, and the price. Now the price starts around 430 beans, and it goes up from there depending on the color you get. If you get the enclosed version, a couple other things, but it's in that price range. As always, I will put a bunch of links down below. Hopefully I can find you a good deal. And it does have Sig's unlimited lifetime warranty. So if it's not as durable as I'm saying it is, which I really do think it is, you're always backed by Sig's great warranty. Now, let's talk a little bit about testing before you get out of here. I put just over 500 rounds through this Shadow Systems pistol with the Nightcore light and with the Sig optic attached to it. And I haven't had any problems, any issues with all three. Actually, all three have been very good. The light, the optic, the gun, no malfunctions, no problems, no issues. Besides shooting it the 500 rounds, I did carry this gun for a week or two, probably just a week actually. It's a little bit bigger than the gun I normally carry, so I prefer that really small micro compact gun. I did some basic destructive testing with the optic as well. You know, I would rack the slide using the optic off of something like a barrel or a wooden table or whatever I had around. We did that about 100 times as well, just to make sure it could handle some basic banging around and jostling around. And as far as the shooting, I did a bunch of drawing from the holster. I did a lot of shooting from a couple sling bags, transitions, hitting steel, running and gunning, being goofy, having fun at the range, all normal type stuff. Based on all that testing, my biggest pro is going to be how low it sits. If you get a chance to get a hands on one of these, you'll see that it sits significantly lower than other red dots, and it will co-witness with standard height sights. The glass and the red dot are very, very clear. That spherical lens, or however you say it, it makes a very, very big difference. Again, that copper flex arm thing is really cool. That's one of the reasons it sits so low. I wish you could hear the presentation from the engineers and the people who designed it, because it's very, very impressive. I just don't have the intelligence or the knowledge to convey that. But trust me, it's very, very cool. The controls are easy. It's got a good battery life. I wouldn't change anything about the red dot if I could. I would probably get the enclosed version instead of the open emitter if you're going to get one. But besides that, it's dope. Overall, I'm going to say, over the years, I've given Sig optics some crap. When they first came out, they weren't great. Like the original Romeo, the plastic one wasn't great. But I'm eating crow a little bit here because they are getting better and better and better. And the X Pro series is significantly better. Whether it be the compact or the M17 one or the big window Romeo, I forget the model number, they're getting better and better and better. And for the fifth time, I was super impressed with their facility, how many people they employ, and all the technology and the robots and how many optics they were building in the US. I was very, very pleasantly surprised. All right, thank you to Sig for sending me that optic. It is greatly appreciative of such a big company supporting such a small channel. That is pretty cool. Natchez, again, the biggest supporter of the Tiberious Gibb channel. There's links to both down you know where. Now, most important, thank you guys for watching. It is truly, truly appreciated. Right now, we are doing a 50,000 subscriber giveaway. I'll try to put the link down in the video description. If not, you can just search my channel. It's one of my more recent videos. We're giving away about $5,000 worth of stuff. It is a huge, huge, huge giveaway. And we're going to pick 3 winners. We have everything divvied up. If you want to enter, there's a link down there. Check it out. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. If you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, enable the bell notifications. Definitely subscribe. That truly helps me out. I truly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace!